Hey guys, it's Ryan from the Melbourne Centre of Healing here. Today I want to talk about something that I see all too often and something that really frustrates me. And I think it's mainly frustrating because it's no one's fault at the end of the day. It's really just a lack of understanding and information out there. It's when I see people that have been cast aside by their families, their parents, because they are a drug addict. And I speak to people so often who say, either I told my parents or my parents found out that I was using ice and I haven't spoken to them in 2 years. Or oftentimes my family found out that I was using ice and they wanted to get me help. So they set me up to see a psychologist or go on a retreat, whatever it is. And they either kept using or they came back and relapsed a few weeks later. And so, my parents found out that I was still using and I haven't spoken to them in 5 years. These are families, people that actually deep down love each other, being completely isolated from each other and losing all contact. And it fucking breaks my heart. It really does. And as I said, it's no one's fault because it's a lack of understanding and information. So I want to try and give a bit of information to hopefully help people understand who are going through this. So whether you're a family member and someone in your family's an addict, or you know someone that is, please share this video and send it to them. Addiction is a coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism for emotional pain. As human beings, what we are all striving for, every one of us, we are all striving to feel the higher states of peace, of joy, of love. And that's what we do as humans. We just want to feel those states. What happens throughout our life? We get weighed down to varying degrees depending on what we've gone through. And we accumulate the lower vibration emotions. Emotions like guilt, shame, anger, sadness, fear. And over the years, we get weighed down by this stuff. And when we get weighed down so much by these negative emotions, these lower vibration emotions, then we stop feeling those higher states. We feel them less and less, and then we stop feeling them at all. That joy that we used to feel as a kid, we just don't feel that anymore. And we get so disconnected from these higher states that we feel like it's not even attainable that we could feel them anymore. So imagine that, not knowing how you're ever going to feel love, peace, joy ever again. And then something comes along. Something comes along that gives you a taste of those higher states. And that can be different for everyone. For me, it was ice and GHB. For other people, it's heroin. For some people, it's alcohol. For some people, it's gambling. For some people, it's shopping. For some people, it's pornography. For some people, it's work. Society rewards the workaholic. They've just found a coping mechanism that works for their emotional pain. So something comes along. Let's say it is the drug. Let's say it is ice. And all of a sudden we get a taste of those higher states of love, peace and joy. That stuff we've been disconnected from for so long and haven't been able to feel, we finally feel it again. Now the problem is with that kind of coping mechanism, it doesn't last long. It's temporary. And then we come crashing back down to those lower vibration emotions and they get magnified more than ever. Then we go back to that behavior because we want to feel those states again. So we need to understand that addiction is a coping mechanism for a deeper pain. What parents and families often feel is they'll find out someone's been using and then they want to get them the help and then they find out they've relapsed or keep using and they see that as a personal attack. How could you choose to do that to us? Okay, we don't want to see you again, all right, until you sort your shit out. We need to just pull apart that language. How could you choose? First of all, addiction's not a choice. For you to tell someone, stop doing the one thing that's alleviating all your emotional pain and giving you a taste of the states of love, peace and joy is ridiculous. You can't ask someone to stop doing that. It's not fair. The second thing, how could you choose to do that to us? It's not about you, okay? No one becomes an addict to piss off their parents or their family members, okay? Step out of your ego. That's not correct. Now, let's talk about emotional pain. Because the thing is pain. Whether emotional pain or physical pain, the same area of the brain lights up. Whether suffering fierce rejection or being stuck with a knife, it's the same pain. So I want you to imagine that your family member, maybe your son, comes to you with something really bad. Let's say cancer, okay? Because you want to ask yourself, if they came to me with cancer, how would I react differently to how I am now dealing with addiction? Because remember, pain is pain. I want you to imagine that your son comes to you with cancer and you say, holy shit, all right, we've got to sort this out. Let's set you up with a doctor, okay? We're going to get you off to the doctor. We've got to get rid of this cancer, all right? I want it to stop. So the son goes off, sees the doctor. The parents find out a couple of weeks later the son still has cancer. So they message the son, just letting you know, we found out you've still got cancer, so we've got all your stuff, it's all packed up out of your room. Whenever you feel like coming home, you can grab your stuff and piss off. We don't want to see you again until you've got rid of this cancer. Think about that. It's fucking crazy, right? But that's how I see it. That's what people are doing. They're casting aside someone that's in pain. And it's got to stop. Because you imagine when that person down the track, they hit this rock bottom, they're like, I need to turn my shit around, I need help. Who are they going to turn to? Their support system, their family aren't there. And I see it all the time and it breaks me. Mum, Dad, I finally want to get help, all right? Look, we know that you're choosing to do this, so you get the help and stop doing it and we'll talk to you then. Fuck me. It's not the way it's got to work, okay? Not at all. Pain is pain. Now, I'm not saying you tolerate certain behaviors. If someone's abusing you, if someone's stealing from you, you don't tolerate that, okay? But you can say, I'm not going to tolerate this behavior, but you can still come from a place of love and compassion. Say, when you are ready, I am here. Okay, when you are ready, I want to help. And you've got our support. Whilst I won't tolerate this certain behavior, you've got our support and we want to help you. The question is never why the addiction, it's why the pain. They are not choosing to do this to you. It's not about you. They're in pain and they need